even the B languages found to have some shortcomings to support development of both this business application and system software. And as we have been talking about B now, we need to see BCPL also. So who invented this BCPL? Basic Combined Programming Language. It was developed by Martin Richards in Cambridge University. Then why C language? This is often asked question that why C language? C is one of the high level language and it is general purpose language, which means it can be used to write programs of any sort. It is not specific for any purpose. It is faster also. Means fastest known. What are the features of C languages? In C, one can write programs like that of high-level language, as in COBOL, BASIC, and Fortran, as well as it permits very close interaction with the inner workings of the computer. So it is general-purpose programming language. It is usually called system programming language, but equally suited to write a variety of applications. It supports various data types. It follows the programming style based on fundamental control flow constructions of structured programming. So function may be predefined or user defined and they may return values of basic types, structures, unions or pointers. Then this is often asked, what are the advantages of C languages and what are the disadvantages? So what are the advantages? Easy to write. Rich set of operations and functions that are built in support for bitwise operation also, and flexible use of pointers, direct control over the hardware ability to access the BIOS and DOS. These routines interacting using interrupts, and .ability to write TSR program and ability to create this .com file, ability to create .lib library file to write interface programs, and incorporating assembly language in C program. This can be done. So this is why, that is why C is such a strong language. What are the disadvantages of C language? Difficult to learn somewhat, and because of its conciseness, the code can be difficult to follow, and this is not suitable to applications that require a lot of report formatting and data file manipulation. So what are the salient features of C languages? These are the salient features of C language. C is called a middle level language. C support structured design approach. C is extensible. C has rich data types and operator, and C is portable. What is a header file? Header files provide the definition and declaration of the library functions. So each header file contains the library function along with necessary definitions and declaration. For example, we have stdio.h, math.h, stdlib.h and string.h. Then you may be asked, what is a character set? Character set is the set of characters allowed and supported in a programming language. Generally, a program is a collection of instructions. Program is a collection of instructions which contain group of characters. Only a limited set of characters is allowed to write instruction in the program. This is the character set. Then what is C token? This may be asked. Smallest individual unit of C program are known as tokens. List the different type of C tokens. We have constant, identifiers, keywords, operators, special symbols, strings. So what is a string? A string is a sequence of characters ending with a null, N-U-L-L, null. So it can be treated as one-dimensional array of character which is terminated by a null character, N-U-L-L character. So what are these qualifiers? This may be asked. Qualifiers or modifiers are identifiers that may precede the scalar data type. Qualifiers or modifiers are identifiers that may precede the scalar data types to specify the number of bits which will be used for representing a respective type of data in memory. For example, we have short, long, signed and unsigned. These are all the qualifiers. What is a function? A function is a set of statements to perform a specific task. This you can say when you are being asked what is a function. Then what is constant? A constant is a value that does not change during the program execution. So a constant which is used in C does not occupy memory. This is so good, so important. And what are different types of constants? There are 5 types of constant. If you are asked, you can tell them. Integer constants, floating point constants, character constant, string literals, and enumeration constants. There are 5 constants. What is a variable in C? An identifier which is used to identify and store some value. These are variables. So if the value of the identifier is changed during the execution of the program, then the identifier is known as a variable. These are variables. What are the rules for the identifier? The first character must be an alphabet or an underscore. You cannot start with a number. You can't start with any 0 to 9 number, right? Digits to be specific. Digits may be included in the variable but inside. The maximum number of characters in a word are 32. Actually, it depends on the platform. I would say you can say it is 256. So no other special characters are allowed, only one special character, that is underscore. What are global variables? Global variables are those which are required to be accessed by all the functions defined after their declaration. Right? So the variables declared before the main function can be accessed by all the functions which follow their declaration. These are global variables. What is a keyword? Keyword are those words of C which have predefined meaning assigned to or assigned by the C language. So they form a part of the database which is required by C compiler, and you cannot use keyword as your variable or identifier. Then you may be asked what are the different types of C instructions. There are basically 3 types of instruction in C. Type declaration, instruction, arithmetic instruction, control instruction. These are type declaration instruction, arithmetic instruction, and control instruction. What is an expression? Expression is defined as a combination of operands and operators to obtain some computation. So operands represents variables or values, and the operator tells is what the operation to be performed. Then you may be asked what are the types of data files. You can say there are 2 types of data files. Stream oriented or standard data file system, or low level data files. So why C is called a middle level language? Because C combines the feature of both assembly language, low level language, and higher level language. That is why it is a middle level language. For this reason, C is referred to as middle level language. So the feature of ALS is the assembly language is that of enabling us to develop system of level programs, and the features of high level language are those of high degree of readability and machine independence and English-like structure. Then you may be asked, how can variable be characterized, and give the rules of variable declaration. So how can variable be characterized? A variable can be characterized by storage class as well as by data type. So the storage class specifies the portion of the program within which the variables are recognized, and give the rules of variable declaration. Rules of variable declaration of C, as I earlier suggested, it should start with any variable. You can start with underscore and alphabet, not digit, but it may contain alphabet, digit, and underscore. The length variable should be kept up to 8 characters, 40 characters. You can go up to 256 also. They must begin with the alphabet. Some system also recognize underscore as the first character. So white spaces and commas are not allowed. These are not allowed. Any reserved word, keyword cannot be used as a variable. As I suggested, keyword you cannot use. And you may be asked what is the purpose of type declaration, right? You can say the type declaration allows are allowed to create a synonym for other data types. So its syntax is type def type identifier. So use this type def. The declaration type def unsigned long integer is integer, integer capital one. So these are the purpose of type declarations. What is recursion? C language, a function may call another function. So when a function calls itself, it is referred to as recursive call, and the process is known as recursion. C provides very good facilities for recursion. So what is data types? This may be asked. Data types refers to the classes of data that can be manipulated by C programs. Right? The three fundamental data types which is supported by C are character, integer and real. So this was very few questions just to start with. Thank you so much. Take care.